It's time for Down on the Corner with Dale Hoffman, North Arkansas's premier news talk program. Brought to you by Brood Awakening Coffee, with 3 locations to serve you. Baxter Regional Medical Center lobby, Highway 62 412 at Balmer Boulevard, and the Walmart East Plaza. And now, Down on the Corner.
Good morning, North Central Arkansas and Southern Missouri. It's Friday. Yay! July 27, 2018. We're all tuned for Friday. Hooray, hooray. Good morning and welcome to Down on the Corner program. Dale Hoffman, your host, along with Scooter Callis, and State Representative Nelda speaks here today. We'll be talking with her here in just a few minutes. It's always good to have you on.
Thank you, Dale.
And I'll be looking forward to that. And so, in the meantime, we want to welcome you to the show and tell you about Brood Awakening Coffee. What are you drinking today? Water?
I'm
Mr.
drinking
Health
water.
Food Nut over here. Ha!
Like I said, in the wintertime, I'm all right with coffee, but in the summertime, I just can't do it.
Really?
I don't want something hot going in when it's already hot outside.
Anyway, Brood Awakening Coffee. I got splashed up all over me here.
See, that's what happens.
Yeah,
See?
there you go. The coffee.
I didn't even know your coffee splashed. I thought it was too thick to do that.
Don't call the road department. They'll fill the potholes out here. Anyway, 3 locations to serve you. Balmer Boulevard, Baxter Regional Medical Center lobby, and 62 East Plaza out by Anytime Fitness. The best coffee in town is Brood Awakening. Be sure to check them out. If you're visiting the Twin Lakes area, if you're in northern Arkansas, southern Missouri, welcome aboard. Glad to have you. We had a little bit of break in the weather earlier in July. It's been very, very hot and muggy. And now it's cooled off a little bit, anticipating some rain, much needed rain. We'll get to the weather and, of course, the drought monitor, which has been updated, and we'll get that on here in just a few minutes. We want to make sure visitors know they're welcome here, and hope you have a good time. Be safe and enjoy what we have here in the Twin Lakes area, northern Arkansas.
We have a lot to offer.
Southern Missouri. Yeah, glad to have you aboard. Hope the vacation's a lot of fun, successful. And what else we need to cover here? I'd like to talk more about Brood Awakening Coffee. You know, the problem is I'm almost out of coffee already.
See, you got to learn to start filling that up before the show.
I did.
There's a thing called addiction, and we'll go over that later.
Yeah. Anyway, moving right along. Roller Funeral Homes of Arkansas bring you morning prayer each and every day. With all our respect, Roller Funeral Homes. And every day we talk about this. When the need arises, Roller Funeral Homes is the one you want to choose. The utmost in respect, dignity, honor, and just forthright professionalism. They're second to none. I mean, Roller Funeral Homes across the state of Arkansas.
Everybody that works there they got a passion for what they do.
Yeah, I mean, it has to be nearly a calling, I think. You know, it really does. Roller Funeral Homes brings morning prayer each and every day. Let's pause now for our morning prayer. Heavenly Father, what would happen if the majority of citizens in this country came together, regardless of political party, to work towards making America safe and prosperous? Wouldn't working together make more sense than working against our own people? Even members of Congress making comments to disrupt President's agenda. So what if baseball or football teams did this? It would be a disaster. Lord, my prayer today is you bring us together. We're all Americans, and help us to work together. And that's my prayer today. Amen.
Amen.
Roller Funeral Homes of Arkansas bring you morning prayer each and every day with all our respect. Roller Funeral Homes. Greg's Farm Services brings the morning weather each and every day. Big expo coming up. What? How many weeks? 2 weeks? About 2 weeks away?
Yep.
Coming up on
close.
Saturday, August 11th, the big Greg's Farm Services Expo.
I got to go to this. It looks like it's going to be
a lot of fun. So we're going to run that ad real quick, and we'll talk more about Greg's right after this. Be right back.
Here comes Greg's Wildlife Expo, Saturday, August 11th, Baxter County Fairgrounds, Mountain Home. Wildlife conservation and fun for everybody. Johnny Morris Wonders of Wildlife in Springfield will have live animals and more. Kids under 16 compete for prizes at the First Security Bank Archery Competition, and you can try digital hunting at the DHF Archery Exhibit. Hunting, fishing, artwork, outdoor living, it's all here, and it's all free.
On the farm or around the home, GregFarmServices.com.
Greg's Farm Services on the farm, around the home, in the community. Here is the store specials and announcement on the Facebook page, the web page. You can go to GregFarmServices.com and check out all their specials right now. You see the Greg's Wildlife Expo that you just saw on the commercial there. The fall preseason sale on Husqvarna equipment is in full swing. You can check out the Outdoor Power Shop, 481-5221. Their location is 6153 Highway 126 in Gassville. They're also here in Mountain Home. Take a look at what all they have here. The LD44 fogger spray for $13.99. It's regular $17.99. You get $4 off per can. Need a new hat? 20% off all hats in stock. You better hurry for the Spirit of 76 sale. 24% off things that are red, white, and blue for the month of July. That's coming up. It's going to be ending next Tuesday when July comes to an end. All kinds of great specials here. The Swing Blade Grass Cutter for $13.99. 3-pack 7 Dust for $10.99. And so, run by Greg's Farm Services, Mountain Home, and Midway. Weather-wise, brought to you by Greg's Farm Services. We're looking at 67 degrees, and I'm looking out the front window here. I'm looking more northwest and west. We've got some pretty good fog here in Mountain Home right now. 67 degrees in Mountain Home, 64 at Harrison, 69 in Hardy, 70 in Mountain View, 67 in Yellville, 70 in Marshall. You'd think Marshall and Mountain View, mountainous areas, be just a hint cooler, but must be the elevation. I don't know. 67 in Calico Rock, 66 in St. Louis, 65 at Poplar Bluff, 64 at Branson, 63 in West Plains, and 50 in Watford City, North Dakota. My son is hard at work this morning. On the radar, we've got a little bit surrounding Arkansas. I'm going to, as you can see, there's showers just south of Memphis, and there's a line of showers that stretches from New York back to about middle part of Kentucky. It might be hitting part of Tennessee. It kind of skips over Arkansas a little bit, and then we have another line of showers in Oklahoma, Kansas, Colorado, perhaps, and New Mexico. Let's see, I'm going to hit that Memphis stop and see what's going on there, Scooter. Here's the radar stop now showing coming in from the Memphis area. You can see Oxford, Mississippi, all the way back to Little Rock on I-40. I didn't even see that on the other stop. But showers around the Memphis area all the way back into Little Rock. Showing up, that's affecting I-40 east, Little Rock to Memphis. I'm going to back that up again, Scooter. We check the Little Rock stop and see how far it comes back in. So we do have shower activity. Wow, it's even showing up in Fort Smith. It wasn't showing up on that national scene there. Fort Smith on I-49, shower activity south of I-40. We have showers just to the east, northeast of Texarkana on I-30. Showers near El Dorado, Arkansas. But the main concentration of showers right now is Little Rock to just south of Memphis, I-40 east, and that's probably affecting somewhere around Tunica, Mississippi right now. Highways in Arkansas, 62, 412 east and west is clear right now. 65 north-south out of Little Rock, Branson, a little bit around the Conway area, but once you get north of Conway, it's going to be pretty clear going into Branson. Highway 67, 167. Around Batesville to Poplar Bluff, you're going to be hitting a few showers there, but once you get around Batesville and on out of the state of Arkansas, it looks like it's going to be clear. Interstate 30 east, Interstate 30 west, I-40 west at Fort Smith, looks like we got some shower activity there. Interstate 55 out of Memphis, not too bad, and Interstate 555 going towards Jonesboro, looks like it's in pretty good shape at this time. In Missouri, we'll hit the St. Louis radar stop real quick. I don't see anything showing up there. I-44, I-70 coming into St. Louis, I-70, I-64 east of St. Louis, Effingham, Mount Vernon in good shape. I-55 from Sykeston going up into St. Louis in good shape at this time. Southwest Missouri, see if anything's around the Tulsa-Joplin area here. A little bit to the north and west of Fort Smith towards Tulsa. I-44, Tulsa, Joplin, Springfield, Lebanon, Raleigh in good shape. Kansas City, I-70 towards Columbia. Doesn't look too bad.
Not bad at all.
Well, let's check that forecast and see. I've been watching Channel 3 and stuff, and they said, well, it may not have much today, so every day, basically every hour, this stuff changes. So let's see if I can hit.
The weather thing I was looking at looked like we were pretty decent till Sunday.
Is that right? See what they say here. Sunny today, high of 88. Tonight, low of 65. Saturday, 30% chance of showers, high of 83. Saturday night, a 30% chance of showers, low of 65. Then on Sunday, a 50% chance of showers with a high of 83. Storms on Sunday night, 60% chance, low of 67. Monday, storms likely, 70% chance of showers, high of 79. This is like July 30,
We need it to hold off at least through Saturday.
Yeah, you got your football camp coming up, don't you? Yeah,
Saturday evening we're okay, but
we got to get football camp in there.
We got to get it in there.
Monday a 70% chance to a 50% chance. Tuesday 40% chance, and the weather's going to be pretty nice. Following the rain, it's going to cool off just a little bit. So check that drought monitor for you. Missouri has changed. This has been updated yesterday. They updated on Thursdays. You can see the D3 extreme drought conditions in Missouri, north of the Missouri River. They've actually included some of these northern counties up here that were not included a week ago. So they have a D3 extreme drought in northern Missouri, north of the Missouri River, basically north of I-70 a little bit. Getting pretty bad up there. The governor up there has issued some proclamations to fill out whatever papers it is to get some help for the the farmers up there, because the hayfields are burned up. It's been that bad up there. Drought monitor in Arkansas, they have changed it here. Excuse me. Baxter County moved from a D0 abnormally dry to a D1 moderate drought. You can see Fulton County there and Stone Izard County is a little bit there between the DO and the D1, but now Baxter County, Baxter, Marion, Boone, and Carroll County in the moderate dry, where in northern northwest Arkansas you have severe drought, which is the D2. This is the darker shaded areas right here, the D2. This is the less severe drought. This is a little bit more drought, and this is getting dangerous here in these brown areas right here. And so that's where we're at in Arkansas, Missouri on the drought monitors. It has been updated, and I thought, well, we had a little bit of rain come through, maybe that helped, but actually it's made it worse right now in Arkansas, or in Baxter County, because we're now with the D1 moderate drought. Forestry Commission's burn ban. We've got Lee County and Monroe County in east central Arkansas. Then they make this print so big here. Miller, Lafayette, Columbia, Nevada, Hempstead, and Ouachita counties, 6 counties in southern and southwest Arkansas, 2 counties in east central, makes 8 counties in the state under a burn ban. You can go to arkansasforestrycommission.org and take a look at the burn bans. Your wildfire danger, same as it normally is, with the exception they've added Union County, Columbia, and Lafayette County. Wasn't just the northeast to southwest. Now it's encompassing a lot more of southern Arkansas, Arkansas County, Phillips County, and places like that in the wildfire danger area. And so, what do you think?
Well, there you go. We got rain coming, but I'm hoping it holds off till Saturday evening.
Yeah. Tell us about your football camp.
Well, let's go into community calendar. Let me bring up the thing here. Community calendar is brought to you by Affordable Housing. If you're not happy with your housing or your rent, give them a call. Affordable Housing, 870-741-2883. And then this Saturday, the OFA football, which is youth football, they do 3rd and 4th grade and 5th and 6th grade, will be doing their free skills camp for the kids. And it kind of helps teach some basic fundamentals and a few little plays and just kind of having fun and getting them into the spirit of things. But it'll be this Saturday at the high school Bomber Field. 3rd and 4th grade will be from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. and then 5th and 6th grade will be from noon to 2. So you do not want to miss it. And
it'll be good.
We've got a lot of people. I know we've got some the Tornadoes players that are coming
and head
to work
football
with
coach
the kids. Yep, and we should have some high school kids there working with them. And
good.
It'll be a good thing. It'll be a lot of fun.
Vacation Bible School at Buffalo River Baptist Church in St. Joe, Arkansas at 490 Tennyson Street. August 1st, 2nd, and 3rd from 6 to 8:30 p.m. for ages 4 through grade 6. Once again, ages 4 through grade 6. Crafts, music, Bible lessons, and fun. Need more information? You can call them at 870-439-8111. Buffalo River Baptist Church Bible School in St. Joe, Arkansas. Where's St. Joe? It's between Marshall and Harrison on Highway 65. If you're going south on 65, you'll turn right and go down there a little ways. Great little church, great little fellowship down there, and they do a lot of good work. We're delighted to invite you Wednesday, August 8th from 5 to 8 p.m. Come treat yourself and family some good eats. All sales from this event will benefit the Disabled American Veterans Auxiliary. So come on out to Buffalo Wild Wings at 1195 Hometown Commons in Mountain Home and help the Disabled American Veterans Auxiliary. They raise funds to help these fine men and women through the DAVA. And where would we be without our veterans?
I agree.
Speaking German and Japanese or something, I'll tell you what. The Global Leadership Summit comes to Mountain Home August 9th and 10th. It's at Christ Community Church in Mountain Home, Arkansas. Local contact is Jesse Caroscio. Call him at 870-321-5545. And this is a nationwide satellite feed that's very, very good. You join 400,000+ people around the world for 2 days of world-class leadership training. Takes place Thursday and Friday, August 9th and 10th at Christ Community Church in Mountain Home, part of the Willow Creek Association. And so, take us to break.
All right.
We've got State Representative Nelda Speaks here today, so we're going to have a lot of fun. So stick around. We'll be right back. I need coffee anyway. Do you ever feel like your butt's dragging and you could really use a lift? Ozark Diesel Off-Road. Ozark Diesel Off-Road has been installing lifts for over 25 years. They specialize in all your off-road vehicle needs, from general repairs such as engine diagnostics, clutch and brake repair, to custom fabrication like axle gears and lockers, leveling and suspension kits, and everything in between. So if your vehicle could really use a lift, head to Ozark Diesel Off-Road, located at 5051 Highway 62 East, or give them a call at 870-425-LIFT.
If you want the best breakfast or lunch in the Twin Lakes area, then you've got to come to the Old Time Restaurant. Voted the best breakfast and lunch for 2011, the Old Time Restaurant not only gives you the Southern hospitality right when you walk in the door, they also offer scrumptious breakfast options to curb that early morning appetite. Or stop in later in the day for a tasty sandwich, salad, or a daily special. If a sweet tooth is your guilty pleasure, you can't go wrong with the pie lady cooking out over 30 different types of pies. That's the Old Time Restaurant, located on the square in Mountain Home.
Our roll burger was only 7 ounces, but now it's 8 with brioche bun and pickles. Comes with its own steak knife, it's really that big. Your best competition is always yourself. Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back. Oh, baby, Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back. We're focused on one thing, burgers, ribs, fajitas. Just that one thing, burgers, ribs, and fajitas. We're reeling in our menu because it got out of hand. We had a moment of self-actualization. Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back. Oh, baby, Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back.
Why would I recommend Hospice the Ozarks? Because I know the people that work there, I know their hearts, and I know that their desire is to help people with the suffering and the anxiety and the things that can come with either terminal diagnosis or a terminal condition. We want them to have a peace of heart and to have a comfort and to know that someone's there to help them through that so they can enjoy the time that they have.
With a large showroom of over 13,000 square feet, the Furniture Depot is your local choice for quality name brand furniture at prices anyone can afford. They carry a great selection of catnapper recliners, power recliners with lumbar support, and lift chairs. Check out Furniture Depot's variety of living room and dining room sets in various styles and designs. And don't forget about their mattress gallery featuring Serta, Symbol mattresses, and adjustable beds. Family owned and operated, that's Furniture Depot, located in the Ozark Shopping Center in Mountain Home.
You've tried medications just cover up the pain, and you've tried dieting to help lose weight. Before you try something drastic like surgery to get rid of the numbness and tingling, why don't you try a better approach to health? Hi, I'm Dr. Charles Osgood, and at Mountain Home Family Chiropractic, we heal the whole person the natural way.
At Mountain Home Family Chiropractic, we take a hands-on approach to chiropractic care, massage therapy, and nutritional counseling. Our 20 years of service has led to successful results.
When I come in to see Dr. Osgood, sometimes after one adjustment, I have immediate relief. Sometimes it takes 4 or 5 adjustments.
I recommend Mountain Home Family Chiropractic because it really works and keeps me pain-free.
Mountain Home Family Chiropractic supports the community by donating to Mountain Home Food Basket and the Lions Club. Request an appointment with us today at Mountain Home Family Chiropractic. Excellence for your body and frame alignment.
Things are better now. I have coffee. Look at Scooter shaking his head. We want to welcome our State Representative Nelda Speaks, Representative District 100. Welcome. Good to see you.
Thank you, and thank you for inviting me. It's always a pleasure to be here.
It's always good to have you. And so, what's been going on in your world in the last 7 months? I know you went through fiscal session this year, which is not a lawmaking session. This is the budgetary item.
Right.
And is this kind of an off year? Has it been kind of a little bit more relaxed than a session where you're down there from January to April?
It is a little more relaxed than it is during the time. You're not reading so many bills, setting up till 1 o'clock at night trying to absorb these bills that you're going to be voting on. So But I've traveled a little bit for education, and was thankful to get to do that. I feel like this is what we are going to have to work on, is our education programs.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Long from Mountain Public Schools has been here, and he's talked very highly of the coding program that the governor's instituted.
Good.
And in fact, they called Johnny Key's office, who's the Commissioner of Education, and said, can we do blah, blah, blah? And the Education Committee comes back and says, after review, yes, you can, and has been able to take that coding issue above and beyond the expectations of the original plan, which is a good thing for Arkansas.
It is, and we've been recognized, and we need that in Arkansas. I do believe our schools here in Baxter County is way above average, but there are schools that the kids cannot read, and that is a real problem.
So how do we, is that a social thing? Is it, I mean, I hate to be that, put that stigma out there, but I was going through northeast Arkansas one day. I was going to Nashville. I had plenty of time. I'd taken an alternate route, and I took some of the little state roads south of Corning but north of Paragould. And here's this building. I thought, oh my goodness, what happened there? And it looked like a building that had just been started to be demolished. And it says so-and-so elementary school. And I literally stopped and I looked and thought, that's a school? I mean, it looked like one of these old pre-World War II city factories, you know, where they had the paint on the windows, but the windows were actually broken in some areas. And I thought, that's an elementary school.
It's sad, and what I'm hearing from teachers and that over the state. Now, we're not talking about where we live.
Right,
We're very fortunate. Our children are very fortunate to have such good teachers here, and educators that really care about our children. But when you get down into the Delta and that, the superintendents are not interested in the kids learning to read. You've got teachers that want them to push. You know, our governor did come out with reading science, and apparently this is really great. I mean, it's teaching these kids how to read, and that. But they're saying that the superintendents don't want them, and when it's like that, teachers can't go above them. And
why would a superintendent not be? I mean,
why would he care about not
you
the children?
Think, you know, when I see Dr. Long sit here, he uses every resource available to do whatever it takes, whether it's reading or math or science or whatever.
Right.
Why is it the Delta? Why is that such a less desirable spot? I mean, yes, it's farming. It's rice, corn, cotton, soybeans.
But there's money down there.
There's money down there.
There's
some
money there.
big homes
That's
down
right.
there. You get down around Hughes, Arkansas.
Yes.
And there's some big, very successful farms. That should be some, I mean.
And that's why they're going to private schools and that. But here's my thing with that. I'm not against the private schools that we've got here. I mean, I think they're doing a great job. But if you take the Delta and you move the children, the good children out, and you leave the poor children, they're not going to be educated. And we will still have people living on subsidies the rest of their life. I mean, because we're not going to educate those children. And that's why I've pushed so hard. Let's get our schools up to the standards. And
what's it going to take in the Delta? But you know, but here, you know, we think, well, they're so poor down there. No, there's some very wealthy farms.
There is.
You know, but it may not be the school kids. And so, how do we bring them up? I mean, how do you get them to care?
I don't know. I spoke with a lady that she resigned from her job, I think at one of the universities, and her thing is these children learning to read. If they can't read, they'll never be able to do anything. And she
is it total illiteracy, or is it a partial?
I'm not really sure on that.
But even if
they're graduating and they can't read, some of the things that we were hearing in some of the education committees that I've been in outside of Arkansas is the children are they're just graduating without being able to read even on lower grade level. And
but see, in the Delta, you've got West Memphis right there, which is just the hub for Memphis. Now, I'm not saying move to Tennessee to get a job because it moves the tax base over there. But more than likely, they're going to go to the Memphis area and live in West Tennessee rather than live in that part of Arkansas because the opportunities may not be there.
Right.
Because some may not choose farming. And agri and timber is very big in that part of the state.
Right. So I don't know, but I had told her, I said, I'll be happy. Let's build a fire under these superintendents. And I don't like mandates, but if that's what it's going to take, let's mandate some things that they have to come on board or lose their money.
Yeah.
Money talks.
Yeah.
And I hate to do things like that. But if that's what it takes, let's do it. Let's get our...
Those are mine, Scooter. Scooter just grabbed my glasses. Had to put my glasses on so he could see where he left his.
It's too early for him.
You know, this education, though, has always been a factor. You know, and yeah, there's room for improvements. And I'm very proud, you know, you've got Cotter, Gassville, you got Flippin, you got Mountain Home, Viola, Norfolk, Salem, Harrison, Bruno, Payette, you know, fine schools across the state, Mountain View, Arkansas.
Yes.
And then you get in that Delta and it's like, it slacks off.
It really is. And another thing, they're looking at salaries again. We've been hearing in our education in Little Rock committees, you know, on the salaries for faculty members and that, and looking to see what it's going to take, you know, to get their salaries up to where, because we apparently have a lot leaving the system, so.
Well, and with that, and let's go back to the 2014 gubernatorial campaign when I was working with Curtis Coleman. And he went on his own to various schools from the northern part of the state, southern part, east, west, he went all over. On the average, 42% of the teacher's day, not the administration, but in that classroom, was dealing with other factors of regulations. You know, little Billy over here is having trouble figuring out the sound between C and K. We can both spell cat, K-A-T, and C-A-T.
Right.
So why not both? You know, so the teacher wants to sit down and teach little Johnny C-A-T. But then you get the parents involved and the ACLU involved because, well, they're discriminating against little Johnny because they're picking on him. No, they're not. They want to teach little Johnny. So 42% of that teacher's day is paperwork to fill out that goes to the principal, the superintendent, the counselor, the lawyers, to make sure that his little rights are not being violated. All the teacher wants to do is teach little Johnny how to read.
Right.
But yet you got a stack of papers, and 8 weeks later, everybody's in agreement. So why can't the teachers just teach? Take the 42% of the government regulations off the teacher and put it on the back of somebody else. Say, yeah, we're teaching him how to read because he couldn't figure out between K and C. You see what I'm talking about here?
I understand, and I had, I guess it was last year, the first of the session, I had gotten a letter from one of the teachers here in Mountain Home, and just telling me what her day was really like, and they can't teach for all of the reports and different things that they have to do. So there is so much about the education, and that's why I'm trying to learn as much as I can of what their day is like. What can we do to alleviate some of this stuff. And so I met with Johnny Key, who, is head up now of the education, and I said, is it on the state level? Can we not take some of these reports off of them? That's, what they do, maybe at the time they added one, then they never drop it off.
Right.
But a lot of it is federal. And so, of course, when it becomes federal, there's not a lot that we can do.
And then if you don't fill out the reports, then the feds hold the money that comes to the state to help.
That's right.
So it's all tied to the money.
Yes.
Oh,
We just
I tell you
need
something
to
else that
get
would
on.
help is, from experience, I've seen teachers spend probably as much as 20% or more of their own money for supplies in their own classroom. Now, when you talk about salaries, if you could take away that 20% or more that they're having to spend on out of their own pocket,
right,
and say, okay, what's your room budget? I don't even know what they are, but I have seen teachers spend up in the thousands of dollars every year.
One of the things that we did do this time was last year that they can file this on their income tax, which that helps a little, but it still does not help them take money out of their own budget, home budget, to buy supplies.
Right.
And I know churches are trying very, very hard to do things to help give back to the teachers, but there's things throughout the year. I had asked one of the faculty members if I could come and just sit one day, I don't care if it's for 2 hours or what, I'd like to see just exactly what that teacher has to go through. It'll make me a better legislator to understand what they are doing. We sit down there and we make all these laws, and we don't really have any clue sometimes what's going on in that classroom or whatever. And so Dr. Long had told me, he said, I will see. So soon as school starts back up and they get in the groove, this year I'm going, before session, I'm going to go and spend some time with them. Not to judge them. How can I judge them? I don't know enough. But just to
walk a mile in their shoes.
Yes, just to see. Because I think that we fail to learn about a lot of things that we're making laws on. We have no idea what people are going through.
That's right.
I've been there on the other side. I know, as county treasurer, you had 6 months to have to learn all of the laws that got passed. 1,000 laws a year. That's too much.
Yeah. Visiting with Nelda Speak, State Representative, Seat 100. Time for a break. Be right back.
Diatley Dental Care is a family-owned dental practice. Doctors Irvin and Christina Diatley grew up in the Twin Lakes area and are proud to serve the community. With modern treatment methods and state-of-the-art technology, they are dedicated to providing exemplary care to patients of all ages. Our compassionate team consistently receives training above and beyond the standard of care.
We're changing the way you see dentistry.
Come be a part of our dental family.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detailed services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
Hi, I'm Ricky with Arch Trash Pickup.
If anybody needs trash service in the area, please give us a call. Arch Trash Service is veteran owned, and I've been in the local area resident for over 20 years. I'll provide a better service than the other guys and even provide front door service trash pickup for those that aren't able to take their trash to the curb. We'll also pick up almost anything and even provide free recycling. I am Ricky with Arch Trash Pickup, and please give me a call for all your trash service needs.
Do you know where your money goes when you give to charity? At the Salvation Army, 85 cents of every dollar stays to help those in need in our local community. Hi, I'm Captain Spaulding. The money we raise help people in the surrounding 5 counties, including Baxter, Marion, Sharp, Izzard, and Fulton. You can help by donating your unwanted items and by shopping at the Salvation Army store. Those in need get assistance with rent, utilities, sending kids to camp, and many other things. When it comes to this charity, the Salvation Army always helps those in our community.
Neema's Pizza in Gassville, Arkansas is your home for national and international award-winning pizza. Neema's Pizza offers artisan-made award-winning pizza with only the freshest and finest of ingredients. Each pizza is made from scratch and hand-tossed at the time you place your order. And also check out their calzone strombolis, an oven-baked folded pizza stuffed with your choice of meat. Sauce can be on the side or included inside at your request. Neema's Pizza in Gassville, Arkansas, your home for award-winning pizza. Coming up on 7:36, visiting with Nelda Speaks, our representative for District 100. And I think it's good that you're going in on this education, what's the word I'm looking for here, just to research what's really going on. Mm-hmm. So you can be, because that legislative session, when you start, late January, early February, about 14th of February, isn't it?
We'll be sworn in,
Yeah.
what about the middle of January, and we hit the ground running. Of course, there's a lot going on right now, getting things together to go.
The committee meetings.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have. I enjoyed our last speaker. He was very good, but we've got another man that's come on, and sometimes just having fresh starts is new ideas. And I'm really excited. I work very hard to help him get elected, and of course, I think everywhere I go, I do that.
you have this little habit of helping people get elected.
Getting involved. But we need to have the best, and somebody with new ideas and that. And so I think this session's going to be great. I'm looking forward to it, and we'll have some new people coming in. My number's going to get better. I started out, when you live in a district that's number 100 and you're the last to draw.
You're way back there in the back,
that's right?
Uh-huh.
You already know what number you're going to get because it's the last one that's left.
Yeah. I could think about that this morning. Let's go to a break real quick. Throw in a break there so I can get done choking here. We'll be right back.
Jim Brown Company keeps you cool when it's hot and warm when it's not. A trusted name in the mountain home community, Jim Brown Company provides timely heating and cooling installation and repairs. Our certified technicians incorporate new technology on every job to provide you with the most advanced services. At our metal fabrication shop, we handle projects big and small. We've created everything from commercial ducts to custom designs.
I'd recommend Jim Brown Company to my friends and neighbors. The reason being they have high-tech equipment. Their service techs are well qualified for the job that they do, and they also send me a report after all the work is done so I know exactly what my unit's doing.
By visiting our showroom, you can learn all about our heating and cooling products. We'll educate you on your options and help you decide on the right solution. For total comfort at your home or business, choose Jim Brown Company. Quality service with a family name since 1964.
$7:39. Apologize for the allergy attack. They just hit you sometimes with the coughing and choking up. So thanks for the break, Scooter. We're visiting with Nelda Speaks, State Representative, Seat 100. And so what good positive things are going to be happening? You're kind of excited about this session coming up, it looks like.
Well, they're looking at several things. I think one of the big thing is going to be, because I'm on JPR, and it's we've been looking at making our schools more protected, and that's been a big thing. I was very surprised because I am a gun person. I believe that once the guns are took away from us, then only the bad people have the guns.
Oh, yeah. The black market will flourish.
That's right. And the people that fight so hard to take our guns, they've got protection themselves, but they don't want us protected. And so sitting and listening to different ones that come in from other states, and an ex-policeman was there also, which I figured he would be to protect, let's arm our people. And they had brought this man in, and you shouldn't draw real quick judgment, and I do sometimes, and I just expected him to be against us arming our faculty, and he said, but he was for it.
Really?
And the things that he said, which I was very surprised, is you cannot judge what you think that you can pick these people out that maybe is having issues and is having problems, that are picking the gun up, going into the classrooms and doing. He says you can't. He said you're going to miss. And he said if you don't arm your faculty and nobody knows who's armed, or even if you want to put more police officers in the school, whatever it's going to take, he said by the time they dial 911, well, the thing goes out that you've got a shooter in a classroom, and they call the office. There's so much chaos going on at that time. They're losing minutes, and it's like they're killing about 8 people a minute. I mean, that's kind of what they come down to. And then they call 911. 911 gets a police officer there. Then it's just how many have they lost?
Because in that chaos, I think like what the Sandy Hook shooter went in the office. They didn't even have the secure office; just went in the office area.
Right.
So by the time the office figures out that there's an active shooter, they could be the other side of the desk and have to get to the phone, pick up 911, and then you have to wait for it to ring through. You've already blown probably 45 seconds right there, and this kid's out there blasting away.
Yes, and that's what he said. And we know that, what was it? Was it, what country was it that they armed their teachers because everybody was coming in? Was that...
was it Switzerland?
No, I was thinking... I just drew a complete blank.
I know what you're talking about, but I can't think.
But that, once they've done that, they've never had another one. And I was telling someone the other day, I said, I'm borrowing this thing that I'm getting ready to say, but you never hear of a shooter going into the gun shows.
Oh, yeah.
Never.
Never.
So let's look at some of these things. And not every teacher is qualified. Not every faculty member wants to do it, nor are they, nor should they.
But it's the mental state of the shooter that knows when you walk into that door, it says every faculty member here is armed.
Mm-hmm.
Whether they are or not, you don't know which one is or isn't.
That's right. Just this, what this gentleman said, the sign out there is going to take care of a lot of it.
Yeah.
And probably all of it.
But where's, and I've even asked the governor, when Sheriff Montgomery has been talking about repeat offenders, at one point Channel 3 came down, Sarah says, she held this paper to the camera, says, this guy's been in and out of jail 58 times. And so I asked the governor one time when we were discussing this issue, has there been a study done on the psychology of the criminal mind? So whether you're going into a school to kill somebody, which anybody would want to do that, I can't fathom that at all.
None of us can.
To the point where when Sheriff Montgomery's sitting here and I said, I can go through any residential neighborhood in Mountain Home and I see the houses, but not once has the thought crossed my mind, I wonder if they got jewelry in there. I wonder if they got a TV in there. I wonder what I could steal from there. Why the criminal mind?
Yes.
You know, because Ashley Reynolds on Channel 3 will say, when you buy a new TV set, don't put the box out by the trash. Why not? I want to throw it away. Well, then people know that you've got the TV.
Yes.
And I don't want their TV. I could care less if they get a new TV or not. But to some people,
they just wait.
Why?
It's, I don't know what we're going to do. I mean, we can't continue just throwing money down a hole that's not working.
Yeah.
It's not working. It's getting worse. And, you know, no wonder our police officers, they're afraid to stop anybody. You know, they never know what their
you
life
never know
is.
who's behind that wheel.
No, you don't. And they do such a fantastic job protecting us. But a lot of times their hands are tied. And I don't know what the answer is. I feel sorry for our police officers, and that they are arresting and nothing's happening. Having to turn them back out into society.
Before the reports are filed, all the way down to the prosecuting attorney, they're back on the street.
They're on the street, and but thank the Lord, they're willing to still continue to go back out and arrest them.
Yeah.
But I don't know how bad it is here on break-ins.
I haven't talked to the sheriff in a while. He's due back in August. We'll talk. But we still have a fine community, and these law enforcement officers, I talked with Chief Manuel. Well, Chief was here, a week or so ago? And we do have some criminal activity, but this is not Chicago or West Memphis or New Orleans.
Or Little Rock.
Or Little Rock. You know, we had some folks up here. They were with Dan Hall and Alicia Gratis talking about some veterans. And this is another issue. And even with issues with my mom's health, the doctor sits there, well, I'm going to send you to blah, blah, blah in Little Rock. Thanks a lot, Doc. You know, I've made like 4 trips to Little Rock. Ugh. Well, Dan Hall and Alicia Gratis were here, and we're talking to the guys from Little Rock. I said, why is Little Rock king? Everything we got to go to Little Rock.
But Springfield is just almost as bad.
In crime? Yeah, they're getting that way. Yeah.
I mean, every night there's somebody being
a shooting going on up there. I don't know.
I think any of your bigger cities are like that.
So why?
I don't know.
St. Louis, Cleveland, Chicago, Memphis, Dallas, Atlanta, you name it, you've got the criminal. Why is it the inner cities?
Yes.
I can remember as a kid, we would go downtown East St. Louis, Illinois on a Friday night to go shopping, and it was a safe community. You could park your car down there and go into the Sears store. There's a furniture store down there we always patronized, and that's where I saw my first color TV in 1963. Remember Mitch Miller?
Yes.
His face was purple and the band was green, but it was color.
I know what it is. You look at some of your bigger cities, and they'll have these beautiful hospitals, but then look at the homes and everything.
Look at Detroit.
That. Yeah. Look what's around it, and it's like.
Look at Detroit since World War II ended, and compare that to Hiroshima or Nagasaki after we hit them with the bombs. It looks like we hit ourselves with the bomb in Detroit.
Well, I'm around the Capitol. I felt very safe behind the Capitol and walking on the grounds. I hate to say they don't have cameras around all those places, and so I walk inside the Capitol.
Yeah.
Now, I go up on the 4th floor to walk, because you don't want to have to pack your gun while you're walking around the Capitol grounds and trying to just get a little exercise. You know, it's
it stays in the back of your mind.
It does.
You know, even broad daylight. I'm parking down there when we were invited to, it was January, we went to the swearing-in ceremonies at the Supreme Court. And the thought crosses your mind. You know, who are these people walking across here? What are they up to? You don't know.
You don't know.
But I hate to be that fearful of somebody. But Little Rock is Little Rock.
Little Rock is Little Rock, and if I one day I did not have my gun with me, and I went shopping in
Little Rock?
in Little Rock.
You brave person.
And so when I got, as long as I'm in my car, I think I'm okay. But I waited, and this lady was walking out, and I said, I'll keep an eye on you, and you keep an eye on me till we get to our vehicles.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's awful that it's like that, but everywhere you go, you just don't know. And you watch continually your backside.
Yeah.
It's really, I don't like it. I mean, it's...
it's just, why would another person want to cause harm to another person? Why would they want to steal your purse? Why do they want to steal your car? They're going to get caught eventually doing it. I don't, that's why I asked the governor that time about the psychology of the criminal mind.
Right.
I don't understand. Real quick, we've got 10 minutes before we end the show. My main thing is highways in Arkansas.
I'm just thinking that.
And we're somebody was asking me the other day, so what's this thing about all of this stuff with Highway 412 across the northern part of the state? I said, well, the mayors and some of the county judges across what I call the border counties of Missouri are looking for a better highway across the northern part of the state from Jonesboro to Fayetteville, basically. You've got a lot of mountains between here and Fayetteville.
Right.
Of course, you've got hills and stuff east of here. But once you get around Hoxie and area like that, you get more in farm country. But, and I was talking with J.R. Davis, the communications director, one time with about the highway situation.
Right.
We really don't need. It would be nice to have a divided 4-lane. If you've gone from West Plains, Missouri to Rolla, Missouri on US 63, they have 3-laned that, made it a 60 or 65 mile an hour speed limit, but a sign will say passing lane in 1 mile. So you're behind a truck, you got one more mile, and say he's doing 40 because he's got a load, then the highway stripes change, you go around the truck safely, and that lane will last for about 2 miles. It'll say passing lane ends in however long. And the lines switch back and forth all the way to Rolla, Missouri. They didn't have the expense of having a divided 4-lane like our bypass, or like what you've got going from Huntsville on to Fayetteville. I forget where you pick up. They've got the divided 4-lane, which is nice, and it's 70 miles an hour, 65 miles an hour. What are we looking at in the northern part of the state?
Well, this is what I keep asking. Jim Whalen came to me 2 years ago, and he asked me if I would carry a bill, it's a resolution, to see what we could get done on 412. And all the money has been going to Northwest Arkansas, but we are losing population here in Baxter County, and we can't get into street in here to help with that.
I talked to a truck dispatcher one time in Rogers, Arkansas. I said, do you come through Fayetteville, Harrison, Alpena, Huntsville, Mountain Home, Yellow? No. When we go to Jonesboro, from Rogers, Arkansas, they go from Rogers to Fort Smith, I-40, all the way across the middle of the state, and then cut back north to go to Jonesboro.
It's unreal. But if you go back to, I think it's 1980s, when Bill Clinton was governor, he said that 412 would be, the east-west, isn't that right?
Yeah.
Corridor. And it would come from Enoch, Oklahoma, I think, to, I can't remember just where, but...
It goes to Haytime, Missouri.
And all of that, Missouri has done theirs.
Sure.
Oklahoma has done theirs. And Arkansas, we have got nothing.
We haven't even started.
No.
Because I get on Highway 62 412 East. I'm going to Nashville to see my kids. And you get to Kennett, Missouri, and there's a McDonald's right there at the edge of Kennett, Missouri, a golf course and their little municipal airport.
Right.
You turn right out of McDonald's at Kennett, Missouri, you're on a 4-lane 412. And I take that all the way to where I-55, 412 goes under Interstate 55 north-south, then it becomes Interstate 155, and you take that all the way back into Dyersburg, Tennessee. And it's all divided 4-lane, or
Right.
412.
But we're getting nothing. And so we've had some meetings. I was disappointed that our U.S. Congressman was working on another highway, something to Chicago.
That's the I-57.
Right.
Yeah.
And now they've had a lawsuit, I understand, or something on that. So I don't know
I did
what's
some
gonna
research on this.
happen there.
Interstate 30 was supposed to replace Highway 67, Chicago, St. Louis, Little Rock, Dallas, Highway US 67. But it was only built between Little Rock and Dallas. And the research I did was because the Arkansas Razorbacks were in the Southwest Conference. And that way Little Rock could get to Texas faster. When I was talking to J.R. Davis, the communications director for the governor, I said, I want you to notice something. When we went to the SEC and we quit going to Texas all the time, now Little Rock has to go to Fayetteville. You look at I-49, it's Fort Smith to Fayetteville, but it's not completed between Texarkana and Fort Smith.
No.
No, because Little Rock wants to go to Fayetteville for the football games.
Right.
So they get the 4-lane, either going to Dallas or Fayetteville. That's the interest. And I say, University of Arkansas is not running this state or the highway program. We need to let the highway people run the highways.
But and you look at, this is what I kept telling when we met with the highway department in this year, and I said, well, you know where my heart is, and what I'm trying to get done is on 412. And I said, if you look at from Harrison to Mountain Home, there's nothing. It takes forever because you can't pass, and people get dangerous when they can't pass.
And here's my issue. I'm going to go see my kids in Nashville, so I'm on 62 412 East, and I'm somewhere between Ash Flat, Hardy, Imboden, and Raven Den, and I'm behind a tractor trailer that's doing 40, or I'm behind Mom and Pa Kettle taking the cows to town, and they're doing about the same speed, and I'm about 48 miles an hour. So in order to pass safely, I get up to about 62 miles an hour. By the time I start slowing down, there's Arkansas State Police. Bink! Guess what?
He's got you.
55 miles an hour. And we voted to change that, and it's still not done.
Well, they're not going to change it.
Why not?
They don't want to.
Because right now, as we speak, the Arkansas State Police have got their speed trap set up. They warned. Linda Collins Smith put on, Arkansas State Police are out watching speed limits. It's a money thing. And
they don't want to, so they've balked, and they're not going to, is my understanding, even though we passed.
So who's not minding who?
They are out from underneath us. Somebody gave them, the legislators gave them, took them out from under.
The legislators.
The legislators.
So the highway department reports to nobody now.
No.
It needs to be under the lieutenant governor.
Yes.
Tim will do a job with them.
But we're still fighting. I want to meet with all of the representatives and senators across our state. When we're in Little Rock, I think probably would be the best time, and see if we could build an interest to where if we can do it with a group and then bring in our Chamber of Commerce, our mayors, and that, then I believe we can get something done. But I will not vote for, I don't believe I will. I hate saying I will not because something happens, but I don't vote for taxes. But a tax increase on our gasoline to where all of our money still goes someplace else.
Well, it just seems like every time we do something, we had like 1.5 cents for highways, and they 6-lane I-40 between Conway and Little Rock. Well, that's where the traffic's at. Come up here.
We've got to have roads up here,
Yeah.
or we're going to dry up.
And I hate to say this, because the mentality of Little Rock is the state line ends at Greenbrier.
I know.
They don't know that anything's north of Greenbrier on Highway 65. Even I quit going Highway 65. It got so rough. I cut down Highway 5 to Little Rock when I had to go. It's bad.
This lady,
1 more minute.
Okay, this lady came up here, and she came up through Marshall and that, and she said, we had no cell phone reception. And I said, no. Traveled Highway 5.
Go between Huntsville and Alpena.
So they have
go to Imboden, you lose it. Yeah.
They have no idea what we deal with up here.
Well, we appreciate your work and look forward to you continue service, seat 100 representative.
Thank you.
And we'll get you back on before the
The
2 or 3
session.
times before the session. We've got an election coming up too. Real quick, how you see the election?
You know, I think that we're going to be great.
I think so too.
I do.
Yeah.
I think
I think people are tired of all the negative.
I do too, and you're beginning to see some of that, but I believe that we're going to have some congressmen, maybe not in our state, but other places that's going to have to come on board.
You bet. And with that, we'll wish you all a happy weekend. We'll be back on Monday. Scooter?